you ever experienced one of those miserable days where every single possible unfortunate scenario happened, craving a nice chocolatey piece of dessert? At this point, treating yourself to something inherently high in calories and lacking in nutritional value once in a while is fine. Now, imagine experiencing a bad week or even a bad month. Aside from being heavily perplexed on how unfortunate events will take place on 7 days in a row, you'd probably also want to drown your distress in more chocolate than generally considered a reasonable amount. So let me provide a fairly simple solution to that. And no, I'm not talking about contemplating on the statistics of this anomaly. In this video, I'm going to introduce a recipe for banana brownies. It's low in calories, fairly affordable, nutritional, and also lacto-ovo vegetarian. The ingredients needed for this recipe are sweet potato, dark cocoa powder, oatmeal, eggs, milk, honey, salt, baking soda, and vanilla extract. So one thing I learned when recording this video in Taiwan was the sheer difficulty of finding vanilla extract in supermarkets there. So for most of the ingredients in this recipe, I bought them from K-mart, which is a popular mini supermarket chain in Taipei. However, after circling the stores multiple times and asking the employee, I found out that they didn't sell vanilla extract there. So to obtain this ingredient, I had to go to Mart. So of course, the final price of this recipe wouldn't be the direct initial total of the products. I mean, you're not using an entire can of oatmeal, which is actually equivalent to almost 8 portions. The first step of this recipe is to peel and cut 1.5 cups of sweet potato. Then, in a pot, boil the sweet potatoes until they're fork tender. Now, when I say fork tender, I mean soft enough to be able to smash with a fork easily. Whisk together 2 eggs and a quarter cup of honey. Add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Add salt to taste, or in this case, a pinch of salt. Add in a quarter teaspoon of baking soda. After straining the boiled sweet potatoes, mash them up with a fork until they're smooth and there are no visible lumps. Add the sweet potatoes into the batter. Add 1 cup of oats. Add a half cup of dark cocoa powder. Mix well with a mixer and a fork until all the ingredients are incorporated and there are no lumps. Add a quarter cup of milk just to smoothen out the batter a little bit. Now, this is an optional step, however, I suggest you to line the baking pan with parchment paper. Now, this would really save time and add to the conveniency factor. You don't spend as much effort prying the big brownie out of the pan and then cleaning up big brownie bits from the pan afterwards. Add half of the brownie batter into the baking pan. Slice some bananas and line them on the surface of the half of the brownie batter. Cover the bananas with the rest of the batter. Bake in the oven for 20 to 30 minutes or until done cooking. Now, here's the $1,000,000 question. Why should you choose this recipe over any other regular brownie recipe? What are the nutritional values in this recipe? Well, one of the main ingredients in this recipe is bananas. Bananas are high in pectin and potassium. Pectin is a type of fiber which prevents constipation by speeding up the digestion process, whereas potassium aids in blood pressure management and is good for your heart health. Another main ingredient in this recipe is dark cocoa powder. Now, dark chocolate reduces levels of cortisol, which is a stress hormone. Dark chocolate might also be linked to chocolate's impact on cardiovascular health. Chocolate is high in antioxidants, which lowers blood pressure. Now, what is L-tyrosine? L-tyrosine is a type of nutrient which is able to stimulate dopamine production due to it being the precursors to dopamine. Research suggests that foods high in L-tyrosine may reduce stress, where dopamine is being temporarily depleted, by improving cognition. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching this video, and be sure to keep an eye out for our next video, which is honestly in the process of editing right now. Bye!